So let me start. I think we will live also. So what we will do today, we are going to discuss about the CCNA. I think we can start now. Let's see. One minute, we will start now. 1 second, some students are requesting, so I will send them link. Give me 1 minute. Let me show you our slides. Okay. So now, today we are going to discuss about the CCNA. What about the syllabus and also what we are going to learn and why we need to learn the CCNA. I think this, let me add. Okay. So what we are going to do in this session, we are going to discuss CCNA. Let me check 1 minute. Some guys are saying sound issue. Sound and audio is okay, right? You can see the screen and also sound is okay, I hope. If you face any issue, you can unmute and you can talk, no issue. Okay. So let me start.
No issue.
Okay.
No issue there, we can see easily.
Okay, so let me start now. So CCNA is a basic. Basic means like if you want to jump in the IT career, you should have the CCNA knowledge, because some guys are fresher, they are coming from different background. They are like from the BCom also, some are from BTech, some are from BE, some are from the different education background. Anyone can jump in the network field. It is not necessary that you should be from the BTech or BE to join or to jump in the IT field. You can jump, no issue. So basic thing to go in the IT field is CCNA. First you need to have the idea about the fundamental. So in CCNA 200-301, Cisco put the each and every topic about the networking, basic stuff and advanced stuff. So we are going to cover the syllabus today and also some topics. Today and tomorrow is a demo class. Same timing we will have. You can join the same timing. After that we will have our regular class. So CCNA we can write exam also, but first our main concern, our main focus will be for the real scenario, how we are going to do the job if you are hired, and how to crack the interview, how you can focus for the real time environment. Passing exam is very easy, anyone can pass. Knowledge is very important. We should have the knowledge to crack the interview and to work in the real time. Okay, so let's start. CCNA 200-301, this is a code. Before we have the old syllabus, but now we have the new syllabus. Cisco add the new topics in the 200-301. Before we have different CCNA, now we have only one CCNA. In this one, that is 200-301, they put everything. We have security concept, we have the automation concept, wireless, everything will be present in this one. So we will going to discuss, and also we are going to perform the lab for that one. But before going to that, we will discuss some points about the CCNA and the syllabus what we have, and then we will do some basic lab also. And we are going to learn today or our tomorrow class how we can download the packet tracer and what software we are going to use, how we can perform our lab. Our wish, if we want to buy the devices, we can buy and do the lab, but it is not necessary. We can do everything in the virtual. Like we can use the packet tracer, as Cisco given the packet tracer. This is very good software we can use, and we can use the GNS3, and also we can use the EVNG. These three software we are going to use. No need to buy any physical hardware. Everything we can perform in these three software. So let's see course highlight. Here I wrote some topic, not all, but we are going to cover so many topics. Not only this one, we are going to discuss what issue we are facing in the real scenario, how we are fixing, how we are doing troubleshooting also. So here what we are going to learn, first of all, basic networking and different types of protocol what we are using. Generally we have IP, TCP and UDP. These three protocol are the main protocol which we are using in our real scenario most of the time. And we are going to discuss about the IPv4, IPv6 and router, switches and the catalyst switch and the iOS of the router, routing protocol. We have different routing protocol, but most important one OSPF in the CCNA level. We have BGP also, but Cisco removed the BGP from the CCNA. We have in the CCNP. So no issue, we are going to look whatever we can do. Even it is not present in our syllabus, we can do that one, because we are not learning for the syllabus, we are learning for the knowledge, how we can crack the interview, how we can work in the enterprise network when we are having the job. So we are going to see that one, and we are going to discuss the VPN and the automation and many topics we have. So let me show you in detail about the topics and the percentage also. So what we need to know to do this course, we should have the basic requirement like computer skills, basic computer skills and just basic knowledge. Even if you don't have any knowledge, no issue, we are going to start from the scratch. We are going to start from the scratch. We are going to discuss what is IP, why we need IP, how packet will flow from source to destination. If you want to send the packet from source to destination, when we are using the Ethernet technology, what is present in the packet and how it is flowing, we are going to discuss each and everything. And if we see for the exam, CCNA V1, that is 200-301. In this one, we have the 120 minute exam. And we have the topics, whatever the fundamental they are going to test. We don't have lab in the exam. We have some drag down questions, some multiple choice, and we have what we can say is some automation questions and the routing protocol. So we are going to discuss that all, no issue. So now we need to remember this is a 120-minute exam. It is not necessary we should write the exam. Our wish depend upon your requirement. If the company is asking, better to go for exam, but first knowledge is important. So if you see fundamental, network fundamental, we are going to get 20% marks from this topic, network fundamental. If you see here, they are asking explain the role and function of the network fundamental. So we need to explain. Here no lab, nothing, they give only explain the role and function of the network component. So what are the components? They give router, L2, L3 switch, next generation firewall, IPS, access point, controller, that is Cisco DNA center, wireless LAN controller. So this is a theory, but we are going to do lab also to understand the concept. If you see, let me give you a small overview about each and every component in the high level. When we go for what we can say in detail, when we go for a more detail later in the coming classes, we are going to do so many things. But now I will give a small overview about the components, so you will have the idea what is present in the CCNA. Okay. So first thing what we discussed till now, because some guys are joining now, so just let me repeat in 1 minute. See here what we discussed. If anyone from non-IT background, they want to jump in the IT, CCNA is compulsory, because in CCNA we are going to learn the basic concept, fundamental. We are going to learn the fundamental about the networking, how the devices are working, configuration, everything we are going to learn basic stuff. Like CCNA is like a, what we can say, fundamental. This is compulsory for network engineer. Even if you are a network engineer, if you want to brush up, you can learn the CCNA. Okay. So this one we told CCNA is basic fundamental for everyone who want to jump in the IT background, and we told it is not necessary for the BE Tech, BE only. Anyone from the different background also join the CCNA and they can jump in the IT field. Okay, now let's go for our topics. So they mention router. So in simple words, we can define: no need to buy heart, no need to remember, understand the concept. Understand the concept, repeat in your own words. You can reproduce in your own words. So let's define the router. A router is a device. We can define like this way. Router is a device which is used to make the communication between two or more different networks. This way we can define the router. Router work on layer 3. Okay, let me take my blackboard. Let me show you here. See here, this is my router. This is a logical view. This is a logical view. Physically we have different view. Later I will show you how we can say how it look like. Router we are going to see later, no issue. Now just it is a logical view. Okay, and what we are saying, router is a device. Let me add something. I think someone is joining. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, no issue. Okay, so let me start. So what we are saying, router. I am defining router. Router is a device. Router is a device which is used to make the communication between two or more different network. Keyword is a different. Okay, understand this one. Different network. I will write in the shortcut different network. So maybe if you are a beginner, if you are a fresher, maybe you have some confusion. You will say what is network, what is different network. Okay, maybe you will have this question in your mind. You will ask what is network and what is different network. So first of all, network we can say, when I will give simple example. So even if you don't know anything, if you don't know ABC of networking also, you will understand very clearly. Okay, imagine when you are studying in the college or school, or take example of the internet cafe. Okay, when now we have the internet everywhere in our mobile phone, but before, if you imagine 10 years before, we are going to internet shop 1 hour, 2 hour like that. Okay, and we are paying some amount, we are using. They have the computer, so many computer. They connected with the LAN cable. They are using the dummy switch, unmanageable switch. We can say that is also network. I am giving you a simple example. Later we will discuss the complex example. So I will give one more example. Imagine you are working in a small organization. Okay, you have one printer here. This one. And 10 guys are working. This is one guy, and this is another guy, this is another guy. You have 10 guys, and if we don't have networking, then we need to buy 10 printer, each printer for one guy. Okay, imagine this is a 10 guy, 1 2 3 so on till 10. So if we are not using networking, if we don't know anything about networking, then what we will do, we will buy 10 printer and we will connect individually. But now we have the network. So what we will do, we will take one switch and we will connect this PC to all switch, and from switch this to printer, and we will share this printer so all the guys can use the one printer. And we will have one server here, so all the guys can what we can say, store the data, access the data. So what they are doing with the help of networking. So what we can say, networking is nothing but interconnecting of different devices. They can communicate to each other. We can say share the resources with the help of network. Networking, what we can say, with the help of network we can share the resources. Okay, so now you know network. Network means, in simple words, connecting multiple PCs or servers, routers, switches. Connecting all the devices is known as network. In simple, I am saying like this. Okay, so now we know network. So we are saying same network, different network. So what is the difference between them? What is same, what is different? Imagine we will go for the IP address, but now let me give you one example here. Later we are going to discuss in detail what is IP address also. Okay, now let me write one IP here, 192.168.1.1. okay. Let me take, this is a fast Ethernet 0/0 and this is a fast Ethernet 0/1, and here I will give 192.168.1.2.1. okay. This is a two different network. How I know this one? Later we are going to discuss in detail different types of class. Now just remember, this is a class C IP. Class C. In the class C we have three network portion, one host portion. So this is a network, this is a network, this is a network, this is a host. Same thing here, this is a network, 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 host, because this is a class C. So if you see here, this and this same, okay, this one and this one is same, but here is 1, here is 2. N should be same, N should be same. So what we have here, we have the issue here, first N is same, second N is same, third one is different. So we are saying different network. Let me repeat again, maybe you will have confusion. Let me repeat again. See here, we are using class C. We have 5 types of IP address. Later we are going to discuss that one. Now just I am giving example to explain the router. So what we are saying, we have the class C. In the class C we have 3 network portion, 1 host portion. So whenever you are checking the same network or different network, what we will do? We will check the network portion. So this first one is a network portion, second is a network portion, third is a network portion. So here also we are going to check first, second, third. And we are going to compare. Okay, this is the 192, this is also 192. So okay, first one is match. Now second, we will go for second one. 168. Here also 168. So this also match. Now we will go for the fourth one. This one and this one, it is not match. Host, it is different thing. So no need to worry about this one, match or not match. But this one here, both are not same. So both are not same. So they cannot communicate. Example, imagine I have one computer here. I have one more computer here. I will take one cable, Ethernet cable. I will connect to the LAN card. I will assign this computer 192.168.1.1 IP here, and this site I will write 192.168.1.2.1. Can they communicate to each other? Can PC1 communicate to PC2? You can write in the chat box.
Different networks.
Again, I cannot hear you.
They are in different networks.
Yeah, they are in different network. They cannot communicate. So what we need to do? We need to bring the router in between them to make the communication. So that is the main role of the router. We will do NAT, PAT, so many things we have. But now basic thing, first thing, to connect, to make the communication between two different networks, we are going to use the router. This is the first thing. And also what we can do on the router, we can do the NAT also. And what else we can do? We can apply the policy, ACL we can do. And so many things we can do. But now this is the main thing. First one, to make the communication between different networks. Let me show you. We have the packet tracer here. This is a packet tracer. Later we are going to learn how from where we can download and from where we can create the account and how we can use. But now just to show the basic lab, I am going for directly to this simulator. Later we will discuss in detail. Okay, so this is one PC I am taking. This is one computer. Let me make zoom. So I will make little zoom. We can rename here. I will put the IP address so we know what IP we assign to this machine. Okay, so let me take one more PC. This is another PC and I will put the different network here. Okay, this is just, I put the label. This I did not assign the IP. This is just label. If I want to assign the IP, what I need to do? I need to double click this. When I double click, we will have the option. We need to go to desktop, click the IP config and put the IP here. By default, we will have the default subnet mask, that is a class C 255.255.255.0. This is a default subnet mask. If we want, we can give the gateway, but we are not using any router or anything, so no need for gateway. Gateway is nothing but entry and exit point. imagine if you are going from your home, maybe you go outside somewhere, so you are using your gate, your door, to go out and to come in. That is nothing but gateway. Okay, so what we can do, what we can say gateway is a point that is entry or exit point. Gateway is a entry or exit point. And no need to worry about the requirement like how much RAM we should have to install the packet tracer. This we are going to discuss. Now just I am explaining the concept. Later we are going to discuss how many GB RAM you should have. For packet tracer, no need to worry. For packet tracer, no need to worry. If you are using GNS3, EVNG, you should have 4 GB, 8 GB like this. But packet tracer will work, no issue. Even if you have 4 GB RAM, packet tracer is going to work in the 4 GB. Okay, so here we assign the IP, I hope, yes. Now let me assign here also the IP. And if I go here, I will assign the IP here. Both are different network. Okay, let me take the cable. We have different cable here. Now, if we want to use directly, I will select the automatic cable. So automatically they will decide which cable need to use. If you see this one, this is a copper crossover. When we are using the same device, we will use the crossover cable. When we are using the different device, we will use the straight cable. Directly we can go and we can use, or if we don't want to think which one shall I use like this, directly we can select the automatic cable. Now I connected here. Now I want to check they can communicate or not. Both are in the different network. So what we will do, I will go here. How I go here, let me repeat. Click here, click in the command prompt, and this is our CMD we can say, and we can type here IP config to check the IP address. So we have 192.168.1.1. So we will type here, okay, ping and then this IP 192.168.2.1. okay. So when I type here, it will not work because they are in different network. Different network cannot communicate. To make the communication between different network, we need to use the router. Okay, this is simple. Just later we will go in deep and deep. Now just to understand the concept, we are to understand the basic about what is CCNA, what we are going to discuss, what we are going to learn when we learn the CCNA, what topic will be clear. Just we are going in the overview. Okay, so this one is not working. Both PC are unable to communicate. Why? Because they are in different network. So what we will do, we will bring the router from here and we will connect, so it will work. Okay, later we will connect the router. So we will go to our point here. So this one we finish. Finish means not finish, just I give the overview. We will start again this in our class, maybe after 2-3 days. Now just I am giving the overview. After that we have the L2 and L3 switch. Why we need switch? Imagine if you have, let me take my board. Okay, so imagine if you have 10 PC. If you have 10 PC, how you will connect 10 PC? One PC is having only one Ethernet card, LAN card. In one machine you have only one LAN card. How we are going to connect many machines? We need switch. Okay, like a power extension card. Let me give you a simple example. If you want to connect multiple charger, you are charging your phone, laptops, what you are using? You are using the power extension card. Same thing here in our network. When we want to connect multiple devices to communicate with each other, what we will do? We will use the switch. Now switch, again we have two types. One is manageable, one is unmanageable. Unmanageable means we cannot configure the VLAN, we cannot access the console of that one. We don't have the console in the unmanageable. Unmanageable is not present in our syllabus, and also in the real scenario in the our company or any company, we are not using unmanageable. We are using only manageable switch only. If you see in the internet cafe, like internet shops, they are using the unmanageable switch. But in the real scenario, in the production network where we are working, we will not use unmanageable. We will use manageable. Now let's see what is manageable. Manageable means you can manage the switch. First of all, what we told, what is switch? Switch is a device which is used to connect the different devices which work in the same network. Remember, router, different network. What I am saying, router is used for different network to make the communication between different network. Switch is used to make the communication within the same network. Okay, this is a main difference. So what we can say, router is used to make the communication between different network. Switch is a device which is used to make the communication in the same network. And if you have more devices, you can make the communication between all the devices with the help of switch. Switch is two type, one is manageable and one is unmanageable. And manageable means you don't have the console port, you cannot manage. It is like a dummy device, like a hub. Manageable switch means you can manage, you can connect to your laptop, take the console, you can do configuration, you can create the VLAN, you can do the STP. So many things we can do. Again, in the manageable, you have two types. You have L2 and L3. L2 and L3. L2 is nothing but layer 2. It is like a normal switch. Here this switch will behave as a router also. So here L3 switch will play two roles. One like a router, one like a switch. Whereas L2 only play a single role, that is a only switch. So what we are saying, we have two types of switch also. Two types of manageable switch. L2 switch, L3 switch. L2 switch is nothing but normal switch. In the real scenario for access layer, we are using the L2 switch. In the real scenario for access layer, we are using the L2 switch. But for the, what we can say, core, we are using the L3 switch. So here what is the role here? We can do the routing also. Whereas in the L2, we cannot do the routing. What is routing? We are going to see that one also. Maybe you will have issue now if I say routing. Routing is nothing but, now just remember, routing is a language, router language. Just remember, routing is a like a router language which is routers are going to use to exchange the route. Later we are going to go in detail about the definition about routing. Routing is used, why we use, like that. Now just remember, L2 switch cannot do the routing, L3 can do. So maybe you are thinking, then why we are using router? I will not use router, I will use L3 switch only. We will have more ports also, like that. But here we cannot do the NAT. Network address translation we cannot do in L3. We can do in the router. Okay. So what we discussed, we told what is the difference between L2 and L3. Then we have the next generation firewall. Everyone know firewall is nothing but it is a barrier between the trusted and untrusted network. Like let me show you. Imagine this is your firewall. Imagine FortiGate firewall, Palo Alto, any firewall. And here you have the internet. Okay, ISP. ISP is nothing but internet service provider. And you have here what we can say, here is our switch, that is and here all user we have, and you have some server here. So anyone from the internet, any hacker can hack your network. So you want to keep secure, so you will install the firewall, you will create the policy, so many things we can do. So what we can say in simple words, if you want to define the firewall, firewall is a device which is used in between the trusted and untrusted network, and it is going to secure and it is going to control the traffic which is flowing from inside to outside, outside to inside, both the way. Okay, let me allow, I think one more guy is joining, 1 second. Okay, anyone is having any doubt? Someone write here no. Someone just now I saw no issue, right? Okay, so let me start. Okay, so what we are saying, next generation firewall. So next generation firewall is having more feature compared to the first generation, second generation. So next generation is having more feature. They will do the deep packet inspection. So in the packet, the destination source, before first generation they are doing only the port depending upon the source and destination IP and also on the port number. But for the next generation firewall, They are doing the deep packet inspection, not only the source, they are using the contain ID, user ID, and also app ID. So next generation firewall, that is a third generation firewall, is using the app ID. App ID means application, like Facebook chat is one app. You have YouTube, that is another app. So depending upon that one, we can filter contain ID. Depending upon the contain, what contain we want to allow, what contain we want to block, and also user ID, which user can see what, which user cannot access, which website we can do, everything in the next generation firewall. Access point, we have access point is nothing but we can say like imagine you have one switch here. Okay, this is a switch and it is connected to router, it is connected to ISP. ISP is nothing but internet service provider, the guy who is giving the internet. ISP, this is ISP. So here in this area, your, what we can say, this is your guest area. Okay, visitors are coming here, and the subcontractor in your organization, subcontractors are coming, they are using meeting room here, different customers are coming, all the guys are coming, you need to supply here wireless signal. So what we will do, we will use the access point. So in our own words, how we can define the access point? Access point is a device which is used to convert the wire signal into wireless signal. This is a wire and it is converting into RF signal. It is converting into radio frequency signal, that is a Wi-Fi signal. So in simple words, we can say access point is a device which is used to convert the wire signal into wireless signal. Okay, and this guy can connect with the Wi-Fi and they can communicate, they can access YouTube, Facebook, whatever they want to access. So we can define this way: access point is a device which is used to convert wire signal into wireless signal. We have different types of access point. An example, your manager told you we need to install one access point, try to prepare the specification requirement so we can ask the supplier to supply the access point. So how you will do, how you will check? So first you need to have the requirement, how many user is going to use, how many user, 20 user is going to connect to this access point, 40 user, 100 user, you need to check, and how much area you want to cover. You will check that all detail, and then you will go to Cisco website. There is a, all the access points are available on that one. You can check the requirement, specification, your requirement, which one is match, you can take that one. And you can take the customer support of the Cisco also. You can give your requirement, they will suggest you which one you want to use. If you have the valid contract with the Cisco also, you can directly open the ticket with them. They will advise you whatever device you need, and the sales team will call you, and you can give your requirement, they will suggest you take this, take that, like that. Okay, and then we have the controller also. So nowadays everything is going for automation. So this is also like automation only. Cisco DNA Center, digital network architecture, Cisco DNA. So like, if I hope you heard the SD-WAN, software defined WAN. SD-WAN, we have the WAN technology. SD axis, we have SD axis. So in the SD axis, we are using the Cisco DNA Center. So Cisco DNA Center is nothing but it is a controller. You can control your all the devices from one centralized location. So that is a Cisco DNA Center. But example, if you want to control your wireless device also, like access point you want to control, so you can control from the wireless LAN controller. So this is also controller, this is also controller. In our coming classes, we are going to configure this one. Like how we can configure, how we can create the SSID. SSID is nothing but Wi-Fi name. So how we can create, how we can put the password, we are going to do that one. Okay, so now what we understand here, I am giving you in the high level. I am giving you in the high level. When we have later, we will do in the detail. Okay, later we will do in the detail. Okay, so what we will do now, this is a high level. Controller is nothing but it is used to control the devices. Here our all the LAN devices Cisco DNA Center is going to control, and all the wireless devices is Cisco wireless LAN controller is going to control. Endpoint, what is endpoint? Is nothing but the end devices like your laptop, server, printer, iPhone, tablet, whatever you have, that is known as endpoint. So what I can say, endpoint is nothing but the end devices. Whatever the devices we have, connected to access layer switch. If you remember, we have the 3-tier architecture, 2-tier architecture like this. We have the core layer, then we have the distribution layer, then we have the access layer like this. Now I am giving in the rough way. We have like this. Okay, so at last we have the access layer. This is the access layer where our all the devices will connect. Here access point also going to connect. Here server and the PC, printer, everything will connect. So at the end what we have, that is known as endpoints. Okay, endpoint is nothing but end devices, that is here. And then server. How we can define? Now we are defining in our own words. Server is a device like a computer but with a high configuration. Server is going to give the services to the client. Okay, we have different types of server. Linux server we have, Windows server we have, 2019, 2016, 2012. What are the difference between the client operating system and the server operating system? Server is having extra features. Server is going to give the services. What services? DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. What is DHCP? DHCP server is nothing but the guy who is going to give the IP address. Example, you go to your office. Okay, you open your laptop. You put the LAN cable to a laptop. You connected the LAN cable. Automatically your laptop is getting the IP. But background, there is a DORA process. Example, this is your laptop. You connected your Ethernet cable. When you connected the Ethernet cable, there is DORA process is going. Discover, offer, request, acknowledge. So this guy is going to send one broadcast message saying that, is there anyone in the network who can give me IP? The DHCP server will reply and he will offer the IP. He will request and he will acknowledge this guy, and at last this laptop is going to take the IP. Later we will discuss what is DORA and we will check, we will simulate also. We can capture in the Wireshark or we can do in the packet tracer, different packets also. So what we are? DHCP server, that is also server. We have the NTP, that is also server, network time protocol. What is the use of this NTP? To synchronize the time in our network device. Maybe you are thinking why we need same time in all the devices, because we have the what we can say issue. What issue we have? If you have different devices, all devices is having different time, then we will have the issue in our network. Some protocol not work properly, and also when we have any issue, how we can track? Maybe your server is showing different time, your router is showing different time, all other devices is showing different time. So you will have the different issue. So we should have the same time in all the devices. You should not have the different time in all the devices. What are the devices? Router, switches, firewall, all the device whatever we are using in our enterprise network. Okay. So for that purpose, what we will do? We will use the NTP server. Okay. So what we are saying, we have web server also. Web server means our company website will be host on that one. That is also server. NTP server, web server, DHCP server, so many server. Linux server, Kali Linux we are using for the what we can say for attacking purpose. But the different server we can use for web server, we can use the Linux here also. So now just remember, what we will remember, server is a device which like a computer with a high configuration which is going to give the services, that is installed with the server operating system. We are going to install the server operating system in that hardware. After that, we have the different characteristic of the network topology architecture. So we have different types of architecture. We have 2-tier, 3-tier, span and leaf architecture. Like in our company, like imagine you are a consultant. Okay, you are working as a consultant in any company, like IT services company, and you get one project. They are giving the requirement. We need this, and we have this many users. We need this this area, like wireless signal. Here we will have the reception. Here we will have this one. So many things they are giving. So depending upon that requirement, we need to decide which one we will use, 3-tier or 3-tier or 2-tier architecture. If the company is having less budget, we can use 2-tier architecture. If the company is having more budget, we can use the 3-tier architecture. And in the data center, we are using the span and leaf. So this one we are going to discuss in detail later coming classes. Now actually let me draw and show you. See here, whenever we have the enterprise network, we will have here the core layer, we are calling core layer. Then we have distribution layer. I am doing now roughly, and then access layer. So this is a 3 layer. What we can say, this is 1, 2, 3. So that's why 3-tier architecture we are calling 3 layer. An example, if some companies cannot offer more, so what we will do, we will remove the core. Only we have distribution and the access layer. This one is called 2-tier or 2-layer architecture. So here this one and this one, we will not have this one. Generally ISP will terminate here. Okay, ISP cable will terminate here. If we are not using the core layer, then this cable will terminate in the distribution layer. So we are calling this one is a core and distribution. Okay, so what we need to understand, in 3-tier architecture we have the core layer, distribution layer. This layer is called distribution, and this is the access layer. When we are using 2 layer, we will not have this one, we will have the distribution and access, only 2. Depending upon the company requirement budget, we will decide which one we want to use. In the coming classes, we will go in detail. And in the data center, we are using span and leaf. This is also one type of architecture like a 2-tier, but here you will connect this directly. So whenever anyone is fetching data, instead of going here and coming again, directly it will go to that server. That is a span and leaf. Then we have WAN. What is WAN? WAN is nothing but wide area network. WAN is nothing but wide area network. What we can say? WAN is nothing but wide area network. Okay. So maybe you will think, what is wide area network? Let me give you one example. Imagine like I will draw a small scenario. Okay. Let this is the ISP, internet service provider. You have here one switch or MUX or DMUX, and from here you have the firewall. You are using the FortiGate or Palo Alto firewall. Then from here you have the router, then switch, and your company client. So if you see this area, we can say WAN, wide area network, and this area we can say the LAN, local area network. So what we can say, local area network is nothing but all our devices, whatever we are using in our organization. Wide area network means we are communicating. Imagine you have one more branch here. Maybe you have one more branch. This is ISP again here, and you have same one switch will be there, and you have one firewall, and you have again one switch. Again you have devices here like this way, and this is connected to the internet. Let 1 minute. Someone is again joining. 1 second. Let me allow. Okay, so let's go back to our scenario. So here same thing, we have 2 branches. This is your head office maybe. I think someone is unmute. Can you mute? I think some guy is having some issue. Okay, let me check. Let me remove. Maybe this guy is having some issue. They are disturbing the class, I think. Okay, because maybe some guys share with their friends, so many guys are joining here. No issue. Okay, so let's go now. I can control from here, no issue. Okay, so where we are, maybe let me remove. Okay, so here what we can say, we are in the WAN, right? So let me go back to our scenario. So what we can say here, this is our ISP1, this is a ISP2. Okay, this is a ISP1, ISP2. So this area which is connecting our two branches, that is nothing but WAN, wide area network. Okay, wide area network. What we are saying, wide area network is nothing but which is connecting to the two branches, or if you want to access from one location to another location, that is a WAN. Later we will do lab and in detail we will look that one. Okay, now let's go to the next topic. This is a Soho. Soho is nothing but small office and home office. Okay, Soho is small office, home office. In this one we are going to discuss about the scenario. In this one we are going to discuss the scenario how we can like if you are a entrepreneur, if you want to establish a small business, how you are setting your, what we can say, the firewall and all this one. Okay, I think, I don't know, let me check if some guys maybe, anyhow let me check if anyone is creating any issue, I will remove. Okay, so what we can say here, again, anyone is having any doubts, anything? No doubts, right? Okay, so let me continue. Maybe there's someone from different language. Anyhow, let me continue. So where we are saying the small office, Soho. Soho is nothing but a small office and the home office. So how we can set up this one? This is small office. How we can, what we can say, operate here, what devices we are going to use, how we can run our small office, we are going to discuss in this topic. Then after that we have the on premises and the cloud. So here we are going to discuss the difference between the on premises and the cloud. Let me give you example, like if you are using server, routers, everything in your premises. Like if you are having one company, you bring all the devices, you install all the devices, and you are taking backup, everything you are doing, that is known as on premises. And cloud means you will take the Azure or AWS directly, you will do that one. Okay, directly what we will do, we will buy the services. Okay, directly we will buy the services from the Amazon or Google Cloud. No need to buy the server, no need to buy the different devices. Directly we need only the laptop and the internet connection. We can install server, everything there in the cloud only. So in simple, if in one word, if I want to tell you what we can say, I can say on premises is nothing but bringing all the devices, everything in our office, creating the IT room, installing the UPS, installing the AC system, HVAC system, so server will not heat up. Cloud means we will not bring anything, just we need to pay and use. Simple example, like if you want to prepare pizza, you need to bring all the stuff and you need to prepare. If you order directly, they will deliver, you can eat. This is a simple example I can say. On premises means you need to bring everything and install, run, take backup, take the care of all the devices. Whereas cloud means cloud service provider is responsible, they will take care about that one, just you need to pay whatever the services you use. After that we have some comparison between the physical interface and cabling, like single mode, multi mode. This is a fiber cable, different types of modes, and the Ethernet cable, different types of points, and power over Ethernet also, different types of cables. This is a cable stuff, we are going to see this one later. And after that we have the power over Ethernet. So what is power over means, like if you want to give to power to some device like a IP camera, so no need to supply separate power supply. Like IP phone, nowadays everyone is using IP phone in the enterprise network. In our company and most of the companies, everyone is using the Cisco IP phone. So whenever we want to use the IP phone, we can supply power separately also, but no need. If you are having power over Ethernet switch, if your switch is supporting the power over Ethernet, you will get the power directly with the Ethernet. Example, you have this switch, okay, and you connect it to the phone. This is the phone. So here no need to supply any power adapter, directly from here your phone will get the power. So this switch is having the feature of power over Ethernet. So whenever you are buying any switch, you need to check how much power over Ethernet, like how much power you need, what is the example you want to connect to, how many IP phone, same switch will supply to how many IP phone, all that requirement you need to check, and depending upon that one you can buy that switch. Later we will discuss in detail. Now I am giving overview, okay? And then you have the identify the interface. Here we are going to discuss the collision domain. What are the different issue we will have in our devices, like interface go down and flipping the interface, sometime going up, sometime going down. So why our interface is going down, coming up, how we can rectify, what we can do, we are going to discuss here, okay? And mismatch of duplex and the speed, and we will have the issue. So this is the like a troubleshooting. Here we are going to discuss the point how we can troubleshoot our network. Example, you have some ticket. Example, you have ticket, someone is saying that I am facing this issue, how to your manager assign you this ticket. So you will perform this activity to fix that issue. You will check the maybe your port is having faulty, maybe cable is broken, maybe the one side of the switch is half duplex, other side is full duplex, maybe speed is mismatch. All that thing we are going to discuss in this one, okay? After that we have the comparison between the TCP UDP. So in that one we are going to discuss what is TCP, what is UDP, what is the difference between the TCP and UDP. This is a protocol, transmission control protocol, user datagram protocol. This is a what we can say reliable protocol. This is a non-reliable. Means this guy will send you and wait for acknowledgement. This guy will send you, even if you did not give any acknowledgement, this guy will forward you. So this one we are using for the voice services, and this one we are using for the data services. After that what we have, let's see, configure the IPv4 and subnetting. So we are going to look how we can configure IP address and subnetting in our devices, and how we can we are going to discuss about IPv6, what are the different types of IPv6, and like a global, unicast, link local, anycast, multicast, modify EUI, all this will come in the IPv6. So when we do this, all detailedly we will discuss. And here we are going to check how we can assign the IP to the different operating system, and how we can assign and how we can verify that one, okay? Then after that what we have here the wireless concept, because now in the new CCNA they mix, everything. So what we have here we have the wireless concept, like non-overlapping. So what we need to do to avoid the overlapping, signal overlapping. And also SSID is nothing but the Wi-Fi name, and encryption, decryption. Like if you are sending some data, you will encrypt. So encryption, decryption we are going to see. And then we have the virtualization fundamental. What is virtual machine? How we can create virtual machine? Excuse me. Here we have only theory. So we are going to discuss theory, and also I will show you in the VMware workstation how we can do the virtualization. Give me 1 second. So here what else we have here? We have the switching concept. In the switching concept we are going to discuss about the MAC learning, MAC aging, that is MAC address. Later we will discuss what is MAC address, different types of MAC address for the switch, and how we can check, and aging time 300 seconds, that is 5 minutes, all this theory. And also we are going to do the lab in the coming classes about that one. After that we have the VLAN. So why we use the VLAN? VLAN is used, let me remove, okay, why we are using VLAN? We have here VLAN, okay. VLAN is used to create the single broadcast domain into multiple broadcast domain. Maybe you have confusion what is broadcast domain. So broadcast domain is nothing but like let me show you here. I think here, let me take the packet tracer and let me connect this cable. and here also. And let me go here in the simulation, and now let me send one packet from here to here. So when we send this packet, it will broadcast. If you see, it is broadcasting, means he will broadcast to all the site. Now I taken only 2 PC, but if you take, you have 100 PC here. All, if this one guy is sending the message to this PC, switch don't know the MAC address of all this PC. So first time he will do the broadcast. Excuse me. When he do the broadcast, this will flood in the network. That broadcast packet will go to each and every PC. So our network performance will go down. To overcome these types of issue, we will create the VLAN. So we will divide the broadcast domain into single broadcast domain into multiple broadcast domains. So we will have example, if we have any broadcast, it will be in this area only. Example, if we have the VLAN 10 here, VLAN 20 here, VLAN 30 here, like that. So we will have the good performance of the network. We reduce the single broadcast domain to multiple broadcast domain with the help of VLAN. VLAN we use to reduce the broadcast in the network. And what else we can say? We will have the layer 2 security also. Like we will logically we divide this switch. Example, VLAN 10 will be this side, VLAN 20 should be this side, like this. So different VLAN cannot communicate. Now just we will say VLAN is used to divide the single broadcast domain into multiple broadcast domain. So here we are going to discuss the VLAN, all the data VLAN, voice VLAN. We are going to do configuration, and also we will do the trunk port. We will do the 802.1q and native VLAN. Then we will go for the LLDP and the CDP. This is a Cisco discovery protocol. So we have so many things. Okay, we have so many things. So this one we are going to discuss about this also. After that we have the root bridge, root port, spanning tree protocol. After that we have the main topic, that is a routing concept. 25% we are going to get from this routing concept. How we will configure router and what are the different types of parameter we need to look in the routing protocol. So we are going to do from starting basic, what is routing, how we can configure, how we can assign, what are the difference between them. Example, if your manager told you to do different activity like bring routes from here, and or traffic engineering, how we can perform the traffic engineering by using the OSPF, by reducing the cost of the one link, all that one we will look here. Okay, and the longest match, all this we will discuss. And OSPF we have, then we have the NTP. If you remember NAT, we have NTP, we have NAT. Before we told network address translation. NTP is used for the time in the device. DSCP, if you remember, we told DSCP is nothing but the guy who is going to give the IP address to all our network device. DNS is like our phone book, who is going to translate from the IP to the domain to IP. And everything we are doing, so we need to monitor our network. So we are going to monitor our network with the SNMP. And after that, what we will have the syslog to get all the alarm record in the syslog. After that, DSCP client and relay agent. Why we use this one? Because if router or firewall come in between the DSCP server and the client, router and the firewall is going to reduce the broadcast domain. They will not allow to forward the broadcast domain. So we will configure the DSCP relay agent. So with that one, they will convert the broadcast into unicast and they will forward. Okay. And we have the quality of service. Quality of service is nothing but giving the priority to the traffic. Like you will say in our company example, you will say I need to give the good bandwidth to the GM or maybe some user, or maybe what we can say the video conference. We need to give the quality of service like higher priority to the video conference. So depend what in this one we are going to discuss. We don't have lab, but we will do the lab also, no issue. How we can assign more priority, what are the different concepts here we are going to discuss. And we are going to check SSH and telnet, how we can access the devices, how we can take the backup of the router and switches. and then security theory, what are the different types of attack and how we can secure our network. Okay, after that we have the port security. These all are the security concept, how we can secure, how we can configure VPN, what are the different types of attack we will have, and how we can secure that one. Then we have last automation. In the automation we have all theory, but we are going to do some lab also to get the good concept. Automation is nothing but what we can say daily activity, whatever we are doing manually we are going to do automatically. Like we can run the Python script, we will have the controller, we can control with the help of controller, we can use the Cisco DNA center, we can use the vmanage, and we can use the different controller. With that one we can monitor. And we have the Puppet, Chef, Ansible are the configuration management software, like agent based, agentless. We are going to install some software in some devices to manage the device. So these all are the theory only, but we are going to do some lab also in this one. So at last this is only the our syllabus. After that again, whenever we are doing the syllabus, we are going to discuss the what we can say real scenario also, what issue we are facing and how we are fixing, what we can do, what are the issue we will face in the network, what they will ask you in the interview, like that all topics we will discuss when we have the class. So this is for today class. Just I give the overview about the syllabus. This is just overview about the syllabus topic, syllabus only. In our tomorrow one more demo class we have, so in that one we are going to discuss about some more topics and we will do some basic lab. After that we will have our regular classes. So if you have any question, you can unmute yourself, you can ask your question, and after that we can end the session. Tomorrow also demo class, you can join the same timing. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Till now whatever we discuss, if you have any question, anything, you can ask me.
Yes. What type of work will we expect on our job in CCNA certification?
Again.
In real life scenario.
Okay, your question is, let me repeat your question. You're asking when I finish my CCNA, what job
Yes.
you will get and what you need to do
Yeah.
in your
In
job.
real life, what can we expect?
What you can expect means you will have the idea how the real scenario, like how the company is performing the activity, how you will configure. You will learn how to configure the router, switches, routing protocol, and what we can say routing protocol and the VLANs, STP. You will have the all the basic foundation and also the advanced thing. Like you can at least you know what is going on in the organization, and you can do so many things also, like configuring the routing protocol, creating the VLANs, doing the RSTP, MSTP, different types of configuration. It is clear or is still confusion?
It is clear.
You're a fresher or you are working?
No, I'm a student.
You are a student. Let me explain again.
Yeah.
See here, like when you join the organization, you can join fresher also. When you know the knowledge, they will ask you interview. Example, they will ask you what is router, what is switch, what is a difference between the RIP and the OSPF, why we are using the OSPF, why we are not using the EAGRP. So this all question, this all topic answer you can give if you learn the CCNA, and you know how to configure also. If you want to configure the device, if your manager told you, okay, can you run the OSPF in this two router, you are able to run the OSPF, you are able to run the EAGRP, whatever routing protocol, means you will have the idea about the all the stuff whatever is working in the organization. We have, this is basic level CCNA, then we have the CCNP. Then you actually, when you are going for the job, at least you should have the CCNA knowledge. After that, when you get the job, do 1 year job and start learning the CCNP. When you learn the CCNP, you have two things again, NCore and NRC. So you can go for NCore, again go for NRC, so you will have the advanced topic there, and you later you can learn the 1 firewall or 2 firewall. Nowadays when you are looking job, they are asking firewall also, but for fresher no issue. For the fresher, CCNA is enough. Once you join one organization, you can work 1 year, and meanwhile while you are working, you can study the CCNP and change the job. You will have the more salary compared to previous company. And again, while you are studying the while you are doing the next company job, study the firewall. If you want a good salary, you should have CCNA, CCNP, and 2 firewall, Palo Alto or FortiGate or Checkpoint. But now no need to do everything. Only one thing is enough, CCNA, and go for job. While doing job, you can study. Depending upon your interest, you can go, maybe you want to go to the cloud or maybe you want to go for virtualization. Depend, but this is a foundation to jump in the IT field. Okay?
Yeah, okay. I have another question.
Okay.
Does deep study on Cisco networks such as CCNA and CCNP requires any programming language?
No need. Only like automation, we now it is having Python, but it is not necessary that you should know this programming, that programming. Because if you
Okay.
are, what we can say, if you don't like programming, you can go for networking. Like this way we can say. So no need. Maybe you are thinking I need to learn the Linux to do the CCNA. No need for Linux also.
No. I randomly checked one of your video. You are doing some Python programming. So only I asked.
Yeah, Python, that is basic I am doing. So that one not required to know. Later when you do the CCNA, you will learn in that one.
Yeah, okay.
But for like it is not like a pre-required like you should know this, that, not like that. You can jump directly in the CCNA.
Yeah, I'm doing the basics.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay, what else? Anyone is having any question, any doubts, they can ask me. If anyone is having any doubts, if no doubts, we can end the session. Tomorrow we will have the same timing, 8:30. Okay, you
Can
want
you
to
tell me
ask?
what is the fee structure for CCNA?
Fee structure you can WhatsApp. Our team will reply. They will talk with you. You can WhatsApp the number. I hope you have the number. If you see, this is our team WhatsApp number. They will reply back to you about the fee structure and when batch is starting. You will get here. Okay. What else?
Will there be any change in timing for
What
class?
time is suitable for you? We will see that one also, but depend all the guys.
This time is suitable for me.
Again.
Yeah, this time today.
Yeah. This today timing is okay for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Mostly we
I'm
will have this time only. Friday, Saturday we have the
okay.
FortiGate firewall, same timing. So our batches timing will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 1 minute.